23. No, 24. 24.
All right. Okay, guys. We're back. Episode 24. We weren't able to do our podcast on the Sunday that just passed, that we normally do it. The weather was really bad, and it's that time of the year now.
Yeah.
The weather's going to start getting bad here and there. We're going to have this and that to get canceled and that. And
it sucks that our weather actually ends up affecting our lifestyle.
I know.
I hate that. And warm countries don't have to worry about that.
Yeah. Like there's the Rock Steady program that I do. There's a bunch of snowbirds that leave and go away to Florida or Arizona for the winter months, and then come back when the winter's over.
Snowbirds, man, that's good because then the weather's good. It's nice. I like spring and summer and all that.
And then for older people too, like that cold weather and stuff, it's hard for them to commute, get around.
You got it. And then like slipping, falling, and it's a hazard.
Yeah. So Doc, so we got a bunch of stuff on the docket today.
Yep.
But let's first start off with the biggest topic right now, and the fight that's happening on Saturday, and the rematch between Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz Jr. And that fight being held in Saudi Arabia, of all places.
But Saudi Arabia wants to be a player. They had a couple of big MMA events there as well.
They have?
Yeah. So they want to be. They want to get more promotions there too.
Well, that's good then. I mean, like get the fight scene happening over
there.
And,
it is.
Well, one big thing is that I know Andy Joshua is really happy about the fight being taking place in Saudi Arabia because what he's getting is 60 million pounds.
16?
Sorry. He's getting 60 million. 60 million pounds.
That's like 100 million.
That's about 100 something million for that fight.
And how much is Ruiz getting?
Considerably lower. I think he is a champ, but who's the name?
Bigger name. How much is he getting?
I'm not sure.
I hope he's getting like 5 mil or something.
I think he was getting around that 7 or something.
That would be nice.
A good
That's
payday.
a good payday for him.
Yeah.
If he retains the belt too, man, he's got big paydays ahead of him.
Yeah.
Because now it's a perfect time to be a heavyweight because as long as you fight the top guys, and there's just 4 of them really, right? You're gonna have a big payday.
Yeah. Wilder, Fury, Joshua. Who's the 4th guy?
And Ruiz now in the mix.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Of course. How could we forget Ruiz?
Yeah.
My whole take on Ruiz, and he's the whole, kind of like the Cinderella story, the big upset, an upset compared to Buster Douglas knockout Mike Tyson. Lennox Lewis getting knocked out by Hasim Rahman.
Yeah.
The other couple big fights in heavyweight history that have really been a huge surprise and a big upset. And my feeling my thought on this, the Andrew Ruiz Jr. and mind you, you can't judge a book by the cover. We know that, but to a certain degree, you have to fit the part of what you are. If you're the heavyweight champion of the world, there's a physique. There's like you know what I'm saying? Like even though Ruiz, like he doesn't look like your stereotypical heavyweight boxer with a thin build and whatever. Can't judge a book by the cover, I know. But...
I do have a rebuttal to that, though.
Okay.
You want to hear it?
Yeah.
Okay. I think we're in a new era now. We're in a new age where we now know a lot about how to condition people or fighters. We know more about nutrition. We know more about sleep and rest. And all those things put together brings training and the health of a fighter to a different level than back then. Not to say those guys were in amazing shape, They were strong. They were tough. They were some of the greatest heavyweights ever, for sure. But now things are advanced. Since then, what we know now has advanced so much that you can have a physique like that, but because now that's your genetic size, and you can be in amazing shape, great health, practice great nutrition, and still look like him. This is the new age of training. So I don't want to use that historical reference because I don't think it applies to today.
Okay. It made sense. Totally.
Yeah. I don't think there's a right or wrong to it. Your point is valid,
but if he's training like that and he's doing this kind of training that's more, there's more knowledge about how to train at this level and that level, shouldn't he look like he's...
But that's what's changed. That's what's changed. Okay. And depending on the type of workout, he's not doing a workout to gain muscle mass. He's doing a workout to gain strength. That's one of the things, right? There's a big difference between measuring strength only by muscle mass because it can be measured in other ways.
Right. And speaking of that, the muscle mass, and Anthony Joshua, he's really built, strong, heavyweight, and he's really leaned out in this fight.
Yeah.
There's been a couple pictures of him, and then we obviously they haven't done the weigh-in till tomorrow. They'll do the weigh-in, so we'll see what weight is that. But we've been told that he's going to be coming in lighter, and the pictures already that have surfaced of him looking more lean and not being the stereotypical type of Anthony Joshua, the boxer that we know.
Right. So not as big, bulky muscle mass. Big,
not the muscles coming out of his neck and stuff like that.
I'll have a look for that.
Yeah.
At the weigh-in tomorrow. I'll check that out. That's so what do you think about that? Okay. Anthony Joshua now leaning out. What do you think is that tell us like how it can be a positive and a negative? If you think it could be both.
Well,
because I can see it.
Positive or negative. Yeah. I mean, I think it's hard to say because look at Evander Holyfield. Like, look at the type of fighter he was, and he always he never had a flat performance like that where he got knocked down 4 times. Wait, no, he
lost to
Riddick Bowe. Yeah. He got knocked down a bunch of times and stuff, and so there may be some comparison that you can draw, right? That totally backfired. Or brought me to a better point, right?
Yeah.
That this is common.
Yeah.
For a strong heavyweight boxer with muscles upon muscles.
Yeah.
To fight and to be, gassing out and stuff because
those muscles demand more oxygen.
Right, for sure.
Right.
That's science, right?
Yep.
Andre Berto had those problems.
Yeah.
Those muscular fighters that had those problems. Yeah.
So so in one way that could be an advantage to Joshua as he doesn't fatigue as quickly. And has better energy throughout the fight. That's an advantage.
That's what he's going for.
But there's a disadvantage too. He gives up size now to Ruiz, right? Because now Ruiz is hitting a guy that's how many pounds lighter, and he knocked him out when he was heavier. That even psychologically gives him more confidence, I think.
I think the psychological part is the biggest part of this whole dynamic.
Yeah,
and that's what it boils down to. We all know that. Well, if you've been in the ring and you fought, and once you get knocked down, hurt bad, or knocked down or knocked out, you're gonna become gun shy, and your next fight after you got knocked out is gonna be even more of a test for you because you've already been shot, if you will. You've been defeated. So your ability to rebound off a big loss is gonna show a lot about with your inner self and
Absolutely.
how strong he is
Ooh.
in himself.
Yeah, you're right.
To be able to come back from defeat like that. Not just a defeat where he lost. He got knocked down like 4 times, looked terrible,
Yeah.
and then we can start talking about the excuses and everything that why it happened. Like, he sparred that one guy, Dwight Jekyll, where I forget the guy's name. They said that he knocked out Joshua in sparring.
I heard that. Was that proven to be true?
One thing is that not everyone abides by it, but when you spar someone of that caliber and a good fighter, you have to sign agreement from that. You can't talk to the media about non-disclosure, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know they did that with their
Yeah.
sparring partners.
Yeah,
I guess that's good business.
It's big, right? Because
Smart.
These people are gonna want to know how Joshua, how's he doing now? Like, how's the sparring gone, and how's all that down? So Joshua basically is saying, Joshua basically like hit this. Apparently, this training camp has been his best one. That's what everyone knows.
Yeah,
it's the best one, and that's according to Eddie Hearn.
Excuse me.
Eddie Hearn, in regards to Joshua being hurt in sparring, this is what he says about that. It's not even worth answering. No, let me do his accent. It's not even worth answering. But the truth is, he had a great camp. He's much more focused than last time. He sparred really well. The difference in this camp is his sparring has been world class. He sparred with Andrew Tabati, Tyrone Sprung, Bryant Jennings, and Derek Chisora. So that's some good sparring.
Yeah.
And I guess that's what lacked in his first fight, because he probably overlooked Ruiz in the first fight.
Yeah.
And was like, I don't need to. Like Mike Tyson did when he fought Buster Douglas in Tokyo. And
good example.
He was out with like all these Japanese girls and then coming back and in the morning and then sleeping and then get knocked out by Buster Douglas.
Yeah. It's probably worth it though, all that partying and all those girls.
Say hello.
Yeah, that was a huge upset, and that's what happens when you
upset.
underestimate and you don't train as hard.
Right, and then you got a guy, Buster Douglas, who was the complete opposite, that had his mother just passed away. He had so much drive and so much ambition and to fight for it, to win.
I remember they had a rematch. Right?
Not Tyson.
Tyson and
Tyson.
I know in Holyfield did, but Tyson and Douglas. Who knocked out Douglas in his first title defense?
It was Evander Holyfield.
Oh,
that knocked out.
Okay.
Because that should have been Holyfield versus Tyson.
Right.
But it was ended up being Buster Douglas. And Buster Douglas, he won that fight against Tyson. No one thought he would do that, whatever.
Yeah.
And then he ballooned up in weight. And then when he fought Holyfield, he wasn't the same Buster Douglas that fought Tyson.
Right.
And he threw that uppercut in the center ring. You can't throw an uppercut in the center of the ring. And Holyfield just stepped back, bang, and connected with that right.
Nice.
Real deal.
Yeah.
So what else is he saying here? Eddie Hearn. So basically about the sparring and stuff in his camp and everything. And then Joshua is saying how he slimmed down from the first fight. And he's like, I'm not looking to slim down to the point where I look like a cruiserweight. I'm going to slim down to the point where I'm good for boxing and I can go 12 rounds. Joshua said this back in September when he was talking about what he would do differently in the next fight.
Oh, okay. So,
yeah.
Oof, this is gonna be a tough fight. It's a tough one to pick.
Here's some quotes, because I was like putting the quotes in there from the fighters.
By the way, before you start, Ruiz lost weight too. I think 6 pounds.
Ruiz lost weight. Whoa, he had a whole bunch of weight to lose.
I know.
Was it 6 pounds?
I think it was 6. I was a little surprised, but that may have been a few months ago. Not a few months, but a month ago. He was down 6. So who knows how much more he's dropped?
Yeah.
Probably dropped another 6.
Anyways, so Joshua 23-1, 22 KOs. What a great record. And versus Andrew Ruiz 33-1, 22 knockouts. And like I said, this fight's in Saudi Arabia. The Raya. 6 months ago was the first fight where Ruiz shocked the whole world with the 7-round TKO of Joshua in his American debut. What a debut!
Oh
right?
man,
in Brooklyn, New York.
That went horribly wrong.
Horribly wrong. The worst case scenario happened.
Yeah, for their team, anyways.
Yeah.
But couldn't have gone better for Ruiz.
Mm-hmm. Ruiz.
I mean, that just holy smokes.
My personal opinion on it is that Ruiz's 5 minutes of fame is going to be over in this fight. I just think Joshua's too good of a fighter. We know he's gonna be. He could be gun shy. He could maybe not. Let's see how mentally strong he is. Vladimir Klitschko's been reaching out to Joshua and giving him tips and speaking with him about the importance of this one, because remember Joshua beat Vladimir, but Vladimir was he couldn't really beat Vladimir, and he upset him too. Joshua did. So Ruiz is saying this. Ruiz is saying, I'm confident about the rematch, but I don't underestimate any fighter. I know AJ is going to come stronger and more focused, but inside the ring, like Mike Tyson says, everyone's got a plan till they get punched in the face. Right?
Oh man, you must have been so happy when you heard that quote.
Yeah,
when you read that quote.
Like that Mike Tyson.
Oh yes,
that's fabulous. That's stupendous.
That's good.
So then he goes on to say as well, Ruiz, I'm sure everybody was trying to look for an excuse and a reason why he lost the first fight.
Oh yeah.
Lost the first fight. I think it was down to the style. Styles make fights, and styles make fights. It's so true. I knew his style was perfect for me, and that's what I plan on. That's why I plan on doing the same thing in this fight. Joshua says this. It's about how you come back. I have a different challenge in my head. When you've walked down the road once, you can do it again.
Yeah, he's in a good headspace. I watched the conference yesterday.
Yeah.
The press conference in Saudi Arabia.
Oh.
And he's the way he's speaking, I think shows a lot of confidence in himself, and probably he really did have an incredible training camp. And from those guys you listed as sparring partners.
Yeah.
But here's my take on it. I think that I'm picking Ruiz to win again. And I think styles do make fights. And all Ruiz really has to do is be creative and get to the inside. Because Joshua is terrible fighting in the phone booth. And what's his name is perfect at it, or very efficient at it, Ruiz Jr. So I think we're going to always see him come in aggressively. Now, he could get clipped because he throws a little wide, but I would put money they're going to kind of correct that a little bit.
Yeah.
That when they watched it again, they probably are going to go, okay, let's straighten up, a little more variance in the style type of punches to throw. But he went to the body effectively too, Ruiz. Mm-hmm. But that's what you can do when you're inside.
Yeah.
When they're inside, he's effective hitting Joshua's body. Joshua's completely ineffective at getting a punch even to his body. Yeah. Which ain't so easy anyways.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why I'm picking Ruiz again, because he's going to make it a fight that in the way that he fights, not in the way that Joshua fights.
Let's put it this way. At least, it's going to be very, very interesting.
Yes.
And this fight is happening at 12 o'clock on Saturday.
12 noon, right?
12 noon.
Yeah.
12 noon on Saturday, live in Dubai, because I guess in England it's going to be 9 o'clock their PM. So they're going to start at card. I'm not even sure who else
Is
on that
Charlo on that card or no? Because I think he's fighting on the
card.
weekend.
Yeah, no, but that's on that card. That's on a different card. Charlo and Hogan.
Yeah.
Hogan is a guy that.
But they're at a catch weight, I think, right?
I'm not sure. We'll get to that. We'll get to that fight.
Yeah, I think it's like 164 or something. It's weird between a junior middleweight and a middleweight.
Mm-hmm. But so just more about this fight, and so this one sparring partner, Joshua, and I'm sure they're gonna say this and whatever. He's like and this guy's from Kansas or somewhere in the
Who are you
US.
talking about?
The sparring partner of Joshua.
Oh, okay.
He's like there have been some guys here, and I don't want to say names, but I've seen guys come to camp, they get blown away, and they get sent home. Remember Mike Tyson? What he used to do to people?
He couldn't get sparring partners.
People would leave in the middle of the night from training camp. It's not even 21. Like these guys are leaving a week later, but guys were leaving the training camp when they're sparring Mike Tyson.
Oh man,
He's the bad man. He's the bad man.
Tyson's gonna watch this.
Well,
Talk in the box or go.
He's got his own. He's got his own. Podcast,
Yeah, I've listened to it. It's really good.
Yeah,
and his partner, the other guy, he's excellent too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're both really good. They're both smart, intelligent people.
Competition for us?
I think we still beat them out, even though they've got probably 1 million subscribers.
And
in our minds,
that, let's subscribe to Doc and the Boxer, guys.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
And
please.
Thank you.
Please. So, anyways, this guy's saying, and this guy's only 0-1. I looked at his record, but whatever he's just talking about is like the guys get blown. They get blown away and they don't even come back. Then they get sent home in a week. He's dropped a few sparring partners and he's rocked a lot. Who knows if it's true or not? Whatever. The whole talk about how we alluded on a little bit how in the first fight he was knocked out and his father, Joshua's father, wanted to turn and stop him. Don't allow the fight to happen, but it did happen, and we don't know if that's true or not. But it was Joey the Watchko, the American heavyweight, who was 20-7, who apparently knocked Joshua out
before the first fight.
Yeah,
okay.
Before the first fight in training camp, before the first fight.
Yeah. Okay.
So now they're saying again he's been rocked again and hurt again.
They said that?
Yeah. They've been rocked and hurt again, and just saying that basically that, but we don't know if it's true.
We don't know. But how
could
would
be
this
speculation?
How does it usually leak out of a closed gym? How would that leak out that information?
Yeah, it would have to be false if something be leaked out because you don't really hear leaked out. Do you information?
You do sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, remember McGregor?
Is it they got some plant in there or something, or
who knows? Because there is a lot of money riding on this.
Maybe they pay a sparring partner. I don't want to say anything bad about sparring partners.
Yeah.
God bless them, man. That's a tough job.
Yeah, it is. It is.
If you believe in God.
Yeah.
If not, don't bless them.
So let's see what goes down.
So have I changed your mind a little bit, or are you still saying Joshua?
I'm still saying
so
Joshua.
we got to do a bet again.
Yeah, I'm down.
$20.
Oh, the big money. Eh?
I'm not a big bet. I don't bet for the money. I bet for the fun of it, the excitement of it.
Okay.
Big shot here.
$20.
What a big shot you are, man. How much would you have said?
I usually have to go $100 bet. I want to make
You're out of my league, then, buddy.
I want to make it worth my time.
You're out of my league.
I bet Simo again $100 on this fight. Remember when I beat him last?
Yeah. What did Simo? So Simo says Ruiz.
Yeah.
So are you watching it?
Yeah. I'm not gonna go to. I
gotta ask my old lady if I can come.
I think I'm gonna be here for sure.
Okay. And you know what we'll do? Why don't we'll order in something on me?
Okay.
Really?
Is that, wait, is that just wait? Is that gonna be
no drinks?
Wait,
not included.
Is that gonna be part of the money you owe me for the bet?
That's on top of it.
Oh,
there you go.
Top. Okay.
Is that more your league?
Yeah, that's good.
Because my time to pay for that, to make the money, to pay for that meal.
Okay.
That's got value.
All right. Nice. Okay, let's go. We'll go back on the order of our itinerary here, but another fight coming up too, and we always got to talk about. He's a pound for pound great, and Terrence Bud Crawford, Omaha, Nebraska, 35-0, 26 KOs. He's fighting a Lithuanian, and let me try to pronounce his name, because they call him just the Machine. Terrence Crawford versus Machine, because his nickname is the Machine.
Okay, what's his real name? I gotta look this guy up.
Edgidis Kavauskas.
Where's he from?
Lithuania. So Vitas is Lithuanian, eh?
Yeah, that's right. So did you box rec that? I didn't.
Yeah.
Tell me about this. Tell our listeners.
No, actually, yeah, I did box rec.
Okay.
Yeah. He's 21-0.
Yeah. 17
KOs.
That's a great record.
He's a 2-time Olympian.
Yeah. We don't know who he's fought, though.
2-time Olympians, eh?
Yeah, overrated.
There's just a fluke.
That is an amazing accomplishment.
31 years old.
Yeah. Okay, so he's in his prime now.
Yeah, he's in his prime. And Crawford, 32.
Did he always fight at 135? This Lithuanian guy?
I'm not sure. I can't remember looking at his record. I think I just Googled him.
Did you see who he... Oh, so you didn't see who he's fought?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Do you think he's any kind of challenge? What's your hunch on this?
I don't think so.
Yeah, Bud Crawford's in a
different league,
different space, in a different dimension. Yeah. That guy is so...
But one
intelligent
thing is,
the way he fights.
But one thing, I mean, with this guy that's fighting the Machine, we'll call him.
Yeah.
Having been a 2-time Olympian and coming from Lithuania, where boxing is not as big in Lithuania as it is in the other Russian countries, like Kazakhstan, Ukraine, like things like that.
Yeah.
But if you're a 2-time Olympian, you got to be a good fighter.
You must be. That's what I figured too. Yeah.
Right?
So that's you're right about that. So I'd like to see some of his fights actually.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look him up.
And then me too, and just see how he looks.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is Crawford's 4th fight at the welterweight division. So moving up, we always were wondering when he's going to move up. Now it's already his 4th fight in the weight class.
Yeah, but he hasn't had the big fights that we're looking for. You know which one?
And that's the big guys are Pacquiao, Spence, and even you can throw in Porter there. You can throw in Thurman, Garcia. You can throw in Thurman.
Like that's a 147 is a deep pool of talent,
and it always has been. Welterweight division.
I love it.
Been a prime division in boxing. Yeah.
So I wonder when these two guys are going to meet, though. Finally.
So anyways, this fight is a WBO mandatory.
Okay, defense.
Defense.
Okay.
So you gotta do those mandatories. You're gonna get stripped.
Right. He has to do it.
Yeah, and those sanctioning bodies want their money.
That's right.
Right?
They love.
It's like $25,000. Like
I know.
Some that every time you fight.
Think about how much money they make because of all the weight classes. It's a lot of dough.
In the lower weight classes, where these fighters are coming from the Asian countries or they're poor, and boxing known as a poor man's sport, anyways. But these fighters are not even paying sanctioning fees. They're like, I have to fight. I'm fighting for the WC title. They want to pay $50,000 or $25,000. Forget it. I don't even want the belt. I'm not paying $25,000.
Right.
On my purse.
What if the purse is only $25,000?
Yeah. In some cases, it probably is.
Yeah.
These lightweight fighters.
I think when you're getting down to lower amounts of money, that there should be a bit of a sliding scale.
Yeah.
And the guys that make a lot,
Agree.
they can make the belt. They can make a little bit more, but that should be capped too.
Yeah.
You know, because really it's the promoter that's putting all the money in to promote the fight, so they can even make money. So I really think that you shouldn't also dig in too deep with the guys that make a ton of dough.
Yeah.
Right?
No, you're right. No, it has to be level.
Yeah.
Across the board, right?
Yeah.
It has to be.
Oh, by the way, the undercards. Sorry, we'll get back to that. But the undercards.
Yeah.
On the
Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Fight?
The rematch.
Yeah.
It's all heavyweights.
It's right. That's right.
That's
it's all
pretty
heavyweights.
cool.
Yeah.
I kind of like that.
Chisora. I don't know who Povetkin's fighting. I don't know.
Yeah, a couple guys that I actually kind of like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I want to see
Chisora. It's the other guy.
Yeah, it's not Chisora.
It's the other British heavyweight that toss a lot. The hell's his name? That tested positive, Dillian White.
Yeah.
Tested positive, and then he's supposed to submit his B sample. No one's ever seen the B sample.
Jamel Miller?
And he's another guy, too. He's a steroid cheat, too.
Yeah.
3
He
times.
is. He is. And
he did it in kickboxing, too. He got caught
jeez.
Steroids.
Man, where there's smoke, there's fire, eh?
Oh.
So what do you think about? What's your feeling about having undercards that are all heavyweight fights?
That's fine. I mean, I think everyone's there to watch one fight,
right.
And
But
no one's really interested too much over the other heavyweight fight. And I'm not a big heavyweight division.
I know.
Type of
guy.
I used to when the era of obviously Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier and all them, and then Holyfield, Tyson, and
it was amazing.
And now it's not so much.
And Lennox Lewis thrown in the mix.
Having said that, I mean, the heavyweight division is very interesting right now.
It is.
Very
it really
interesting.
Is. And we can't forget Usyk.
Yeah,
Usyk, a heavyweight.
He moved up too, and he's.
I don't think he should get a title shot yet. He's only had one fight at heavyweight, I think.
Yeah. That fight in Chicago.
Yeah. So I'd like to see him get another guy that's got a little better record.
Yeah.
Beat him up for a little bit and then work your way up the ranks.
Yeah. Let's see.
But again, money talks, right? He's a big name now.
Blocks. Yeah. Okay, so let's go back to so a fight that we didn't talk about that happened was the Oscar Valdez.
Yeah,
fight.
I watched the fight.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, that kid Adam.
A little bit. Yeah.
Me too, probably. That kid Adam Lopez, though, he was game. He was good. Game. He knocked him down in the second round.
Yeah.
He had a nice quick jab too.
He was a good fighter.
Yeah. But Oscar Valdez is at another level still.
Man, I love Valdez. I think he's such a nice fighter.
Yeah.
And this fight was at 130 pounds.
He moved up.
Yeah, he moved up. He's usually campaigning at 126.
He's got some big names at 130.
130, big name there is Lomachenko. And we got Tank Davis, Javante Davis, who's fighting Yorgos Gamboa coming up.
That's
I made a mistake. I said Gamboa's not. Javante is fighting in Baltimore. He already fought in Baltimore. Now he's fighting in Atlanta, and he has a house there, I guess. And well, he's making that kind of TMT money, right?
Yeah.
So and he's gonna wipe Gamboa out, man. Like why? Gamboa's like 38 years old or something.
Yeah,
he's shop-worn, and he's
totally shop-worn.
He hasn't even been. He's been always a great amateur.
Yeah.
He was an okay pro.
Yeah.
But why? I didn't even know he's still fighting.
I know. I was surprised. I thought maybe he'd hang it up after he lost to Crawford.
Yeah. So about this fight, eh? So the Valdez fight. So initially his opponent was supposed to be Andres Gutierrez.
Yes.
who showed up at 141 pounds, 11 pounds over the weight when he weighed in the day that they're supposed to weigh in, the day before the fight.
Yeah.
Bob Arum was livid. Obviously livid.
It's so unprofessional.
Very, and the thing is about this, Doc, is that they had the weigh-in checks leading up into the fight, and he was on par with everything.
Yeah.
Until he came to.
So we also got to give him. I take back my reaction to that because we got to give him also the benefit of the doubt where it was tough to get down to where he was 11 pounds over still. And then his body basically shut down and said, no, I'm not letting you lose any more calories. Yeah. We got to conserve the calories because this is now unhealthy for you. That's how the body responds, right? It tries to do things to preserve you, to keep you alive. That's a instinctual in every animal.
Right. And that's not really his fault. So
it may not be exactly. It may not be, but it might be. We don't know. So you're right. We better not judge him.
So Arum Lopez, he takes a fight on 1 day notice.
Yeah.
Less than a day notice. So he's on the fight card, on that card.
Right.
And he was supposed to fight in one of the prelim fights. Then they asked him, do you want to fight Oscar Valdez in the main event to salvage the whole card?
Yeah.
And obviously he agrees to it because they put in a weigh-in clause that he can't gain, so Valdez can't gain too much weight because Andy Lopez is Arum Lopez is a small fighter anyways, 126.
Yeah,
that's what small. He weighed in for the fight.
Oh, he's right off the bat at a disadvantage.
Yeah. And then coming in as a late switch when Valdez is even talking about it, he's like, this is boxing. I prepared myself for 2 or 3 months for Gutierrez. That's not an excuse, and this kid's a warrior. So he was preparing for that, and then so that's why Arum Lopez gave him that trouble.
And that's understandable. And I like Oscar Valdez. His head movement has really improved over the years, and I like to see that.
Well, you know why he's improved, and who's his trainer?
It's what's his name? Former boxer.
Canelo's trainer, Eddie Reynoso.
Eddie Reynoso?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. He brought him in now.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I don't know how many fights it's been, and that's Canelo's trainer, and he's a great trainer.
He really is. Look how
and his father.
They are
Brother?
good,
Father,
yeah.
Father, yeah. Chapo.
Yeah.
Chapo,
El Guapo.
Chapo.
Yeah. So I like his head movement, and even though he got dropped in the second round, he got back up. It was a flash knockdown. He was okay. But the way he came back and the way he just persisted, and he didn't win every round after that knockdown either.
Yeah.
It was a close fight.
Valdez?
Yeah. But the way he stopped him at the end.
Yeah.
And, I'm glad the ref stopped it, actually.
Some people talked about how the fight was a little bit premature. What do you think?
So I don't think so, because all that would have continued to happen was he would have kept coming forward, Valdez, throwing punches. He wouldn't have stopped because he saw he had him hurt. Yeah. So he would have just taken a few more punches, and then everybody's happy. The ref says no. Yeah. No, you can't keep everybody happy. It's not. That's the way it's going to go. Yeah. Stop the fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was throwing punches and punches. And because he's lighter and smaller and he's younger, why mess up his career with an all it takes is a few more punches. Mm-hmm. So, no way. I think the ref stopped it correctly.
Okay, good.
He's a brave kid, though, but he should stay at 126 because he'll be a beast at that age, and as he starts to get stronger, he was young. I think he was 22 or something.
We're talking. Oh, Lopez.
Yeah.
Arum Lopez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a kid.
Yeah, he is.
He's going to be a champion.
He's 13-2, 6 KOs.
Yeah. He's got skill. And I think as he gets stronger, he'll get stronger.
His father was Hector Lopez.
That's right.
Yeah. Hector Lopez was a really good fighter,
yeah,
too.
He was. He really was.
Yeah.
He comes from good pedigree.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he was Hector Lopez, former fighter in the 19 how do you say
90s?
Yeah.
1990s, yeah.
In the 1990s.
Yeah.
In the 1990s.
I remember him.
So like we're now the next possible fight, and it looks like it's gonna be this fight. It's gonna be Miguel Berchelt and
Oscar Valdez.
Oscar Valdez.
And they both don't have any losses either.
Both undefeated. No, Berchelt's one loss. Berchelt's 36-1.
36-1.
26 KOs.
It's a great record. Yeah, he's a beast in there.
He's huge.
I think he beat Francisco Vargas to get his first
stop
belt.
Him. Yeah, and fought him twice.
Yeah.
Berchelt is this is what Oscar Valdez is saying. He said Berchelt is a true champion inside the ring and outside the ring. Fans love him. That's the one I want to fight. He has WBC belt, and that's what I'm trying to take home.
Yeah, I would love to see that fight.
Yeah.
That'll be epic.
Yeah, that'd be such a war. Like these guys just punch nonstop.
Yeah, they don't back up much, either one of them.
This is real Mexican boxing.
Yeah.
Mexican style.
Yeah. I think Berchelt's last fight, though, he had a little difficulty and it went the distance.
Only for a little bit.
Yeah. But he's a really good fighter. I mean, to have a record like that, 36-1, that's a great record.
And he's huge for that weight class.
Yeah.
He's a big monster.
He is big.
He throws massive hard punches. Look at his record. 32 KOs in 37 fights.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's a great record. Tough, man. Tough.
Yeah.
Who's your pick in that?
I'm gonna go with not the guy that moved up in weight, a guy that's already been there at that weight class. And Berchelt, he looks like just one of those fighters that you just don't ever want to see across the ring.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you on this one. So there's no bet there.
Okay.
No $100 bet, big shot bet. But I agree with you, Berchelt. Also, I think he's going to be a little bit undersized when he gets in there with them. And the only thing that could beat Berchelt is really, really tight, refined, good technique. Because Berchelt does swing big.
Yeah, he did swing for definitely does.
But I agree. But overall, that would be my pick.
He's got the power advantage.
Yeah.
In that fight. But that'd be an amazing fight. I hope that happens.
Yeah.
Talking more about 122 pound weight class. Carl the Jackal Frampton.
I watched that fight too.
With Frampton 27-2, 15 KOs, won a 12-round unanimous decision over Tyler McCreary from Ohio, who's 16 now falls to 16-1, 7 KOs. Despite the win, and unanimous for Carl Frampton, who's
he
a
dominated
really good
him.
fighter. He dominated him. He fractured his hand twice in training camp. Prior to the fight, he hurt his hand in the fight, he was saying. If you recall an incident that happened with Carl Frampton and one of his opponents, I think it was in the summertime.
I remember that.
And he was supposed to fight Emmanuel Dominguez, and the fight got canceled because Frampton fractured his fifth metacarpal from a freak incident that happened in his hotel and training camp. He was in Philadelphia training for this fight. A vase or something fell on his hand and broke the fifth metacarpal in his hand, and the fight was canceled.
Done. I know.
Yeah, weird, eh?
Yeah, that's just a fluke accident.
So Frampton trying to become the only Irish fighter that's won 3 world titles in 3 weight classes.
Wow, that's amazing. He is really skilled. I've always liked watching him fight.
Yeah.
Especially that first fight against Leo Santa Cruz.
Yeah, that was a big upset.
Oh, man.
Big upset.
He looked so good in that fight.
Yeah. And Frampton's even saying, he's like Leo Santa Cruz, like, he just talks like, I'll fight everyone, I'll fight anyone. You know, he's always so humble, like, I'll fight anyone, this and that. But he doesn't want to fight these guys. They're just talking about fighting Tank Davis, and Frampton saying that he don't want no part of Tank, and he's staying away from these guys. He's sticking to his title that he and keeping it safe and playing it safe.
Wow, man.
Because Frampton's itching for that third fight with Leo, and they should be a third fight because they split both. But Leo's saying he will do it. Then he
went up to super. Didn't he go up to super featherweight though?
Yeah.
Is Carl Frampton, is he a super featherweight or is he just a featherweight?
I think he's just.
I think he's a featherweight. So I don't know if they can fight again. But I think Crawford. I think Santa Cruz would have more to lose.
Yeah, 126.
Yeah, I think he would have more to lose in a fight between Frampton. Yeah, I think it's more gain for Frampton.
He's got, anyways. Frampton's got somebody else that he needs to take care of and look at, and that's Jamal Herring.
Oh, I think that would be a great match.
Yeah, Jamal Herring is a WBO champion, and
that's a good matchup.
And apparently, because both are promoted by Top Rank, and it looks like this is the fight that it's going to be made, and this fight is going to happen in Dublin.
Oh, wow. He's going in his backyard? You better knock him out.
Yeah.
If it goes to decision and it's a close fight,
yeah,
it's not going to go his way.
Yeah.
No offense to Dublin and Ireland, but that's not unique to there. That happens in all major fight cities.
I fought a couple times in Dublin at the National Stadium they have there in Dublin. That's for cool. Amateur boxing. We had one year was the Gaelic Games, and I fought in Ireland a bunch of times, and I went there to train, a training camp with defected Cubans that came from. One Cuban was Mike Perez. Do you remember that heavyweight?
I remember Mike Perez. Yeah. He's the guy that caused all that damage to the Russian dude.
Abdussalamov.
Yeah.
Who's
I think he's still in a wheelchair, or maybe he's walking now.
No, you know what, Doc? I saw some, and it was very nice to see that his wife was always been very supportive of him and everything.
Yeah.
Abdussalamov, and now he's able, because she's got very frustrated because he can't even show any emotion or cheat. No, and she now he started to say stuff to say how he feels about her and stuff,
so
and he's and also too, he got a huge settlement from the lawsuit that they had against the New York State Athletic Commission and all that, because I guess negligence and whatever else happened on that ill-fated night where that happened to Abdussalamov.
So his family's gonna be okay.
His family's gonna be okay. They got more than okay. They're gonna have but nothing can, no monetary value can replace what Abdussalamov has lost and everything. But
at least it can pay for the best sort of rehab.
And he can
medications, whatever he needs.
And his family doesn't have to worry about they have to go back to Dagestan or one of those countries in Russia.
So we diverted there. So you brought that up because of off of Mike Perez.
Mike Perez, yeah.
He was in Dublin,
he
right?
was in Dublin.
They called him what was his nickname there?
It was something, the Irish something.
Yeah, where
Black Irish,
or where was he originally from? Cuba, the Cuban Irishman or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
The Irish Cuban, something like that.
Yeah, he was a good prospect.
Yeah.
For some.
Well, he was a talented fighter.
He was. Except
in that fight, he got hit a lot against. I can't pronounce his name.
Abdul.
Yeah, that was actually a really good heavyweight fight, but a little scary too because of all the connecting.
Yeah,
big connecting.
I know, very, very scary, very scary.
Yeah.
Then should we move on? Because there's so many things to talk about. There's Chris Eubank Jr. 22, 21 knockouts fighting Matt Korobov. 22-1, 13 KOs. And Korobov lost to Jamal Charlo and Andy Lee. And this is at the Barclays Center.
I remember those fights.
In Brooklyn, Eubank Jr. fighting over here.
Andy Lee outboxed him.
Yeah, Andy Lee was a good fighter. He was trained by Manuel Stewart.
He was. He was and he didn't look like a fighter, but he was very good.
Yeah.
Some big upsets too.
Then we got Jamal Charlo fighting Dennis Hogan. Jamal 29-0, 21 knockouts against Dennis Hogan 22-1. This is gonna be on Showtime this weekend.
Yeah. So just to remind everybody, Dennis Hogan in his last fight, he fought Ami Munguia and went to a decision, and they gave the decision to Munguia.
Of course they did.
A lot of us feel that Dennis Hogan won and outboxed Munguia. With all due respect to him, but Hogan fought a beautiful fight.
You know how we talked about the mental state and how Joshua, how he's gonna mentally be prepared for this fight, and the mental aspect of sports, especially boxing, is so important. So now we have Dennis Hogan, who's always talked about my goal is to win a world title, and he's always been saying that. And now he's got an opportunity here
that's awesome.
to fight for a world title. And hey, you know what? Let's not think that an upset cannot happen here.
No, it's a tough fight.
It's so possible it can happen.
I'm sure they're going to come in with a good, appropriate game plan too.
Yeah.
And he'll be in good shape because he was in great shape.
Yeah.
When he fought Munguia, and he moves a lot. But he also gets his combinations off too and can move. So it'll be an interesting matchup, I think. It may not be as exciting.
Yeah.
Because he may feel the power once from Charlo and then say, well, I've got to keep my distance a bit.
Yeah.
And then pick and choose more carefully, which means probably going inside less.
Well, there's a few more tops to talk about. But we don't have that much time.
Yeah, we're still good.
So, we'll go to our other segment.
Yeah, Kooner's Corner.
The Kooner's Corner and
did you know?
Are you gonna do yours?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you came prepared, eh?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
So go for it.
Kooner's Corner. So we were just talking about late replacement. In the fight with Oscar Valdez and how his opponent got switched from Gutierrez to Arum Lopez, and just how that can put you off. Like a great fighter like Valdez had trouble with Arum Lopez, who we know he's a good fighter and all, but he's not at the level of But coming in on a one day notice, if that. So switching up totally, and Valdez alluded to how he 2-3 months has been training for one guy, and then all of a sudden you get another guy. So when I fought professional, I was signed by Hennessy Sports in England, and Group Van Michel, and I was based out of Montreal. So I had a fight in England, and right now I was 4-0 as a pro, and I was on my way. I was coming up there. I went to England to fight on I think it was Junior Witter on the undercard of a Junior Witter.
Oh wow!
And it might have been Junior Witter and Timothy Bradley fight. I think it was that fight. So, anyways, when I get to England, they're like, "Oh, by the way, you're fighting this guy." So I'm like, "Wait, I'm not fighting the guy I'm supposed to fight now. I'm fighting a different guy who not only is a different guy, he's a southpaw, and he's a smaller guy, southpaw. He had like 15, 16 fights, a Mongolian kid, whatever." And I'm like, "Whoa, this changes everything." Like now, like, you know, but I'm like, well, whatever. I gotta go do this, whatever. Go in the fight, get hit with a headbutt in the first round, get a cut. Never been cut before. Blood starts going in my eye. I just feel all this warm stuff. I can't even see. And then I get knocked down by a punch. And I'm like, get knocked down, get up. Right away, the ref stops the fight. Right away. That's what they do in England. I understand rather it's better too early than too late, but sometimes you stop in a fight when a guy just goes down and gets back up, and they.
You know which other fight that brings to mind where they stopped it too early in England, and it was the first Carl Frosch Groves fight.
Right.
I thought Groves.
Yeah.
And that's why they still had his faculties.
That's why they had the immediate rematch.
Right, and then Frosch.
Yeah.
Fair play. He won beautifully.
Yeah.
But in the first fight, I thought the ref stopped that prematurely. Yeah. It doesn't mean that Frosch couldn't still win, but he was getting outboxed most of the fight.
Yeah. Yeah. St. George.
Yeah.
St. Groves.
So I see what you're saying with the British.
They do the quick stoppages. They're I don't know, man. I didn't like fighting there.
No way.
The officiating and it's just too quick. They stop the fights quick. Whatever. I don't know.
I hear you. I hear you. That would make me bitter too.
Yeah.
All right, man. We just got a couple minutes, which is fine. I got a short. Did you know where the first recorded fights, boxing style fights, occurred?
The first recorded?
Yeah, who they were.
You kill me with these.
Yeah, I know.
You're older than me, and you expect me to know this stuff?
No, but I ask it. I put it in the question form to.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
to make it sound appealing.
Right. Otherwise, it's just not.
Yeah. Hey, look at their shirt though. Hey, I was sort of cut you off, but Tito Trinidad.
Yeah, that's good.
Puerto Rico.
We gotta get these guys to sponsor our podcast.
I know.
And we'll start wearing their shirts all the time.
Yeah.
Well, you already do. So the first fighting that was actually documented and recorded was like in a few thousand years BC.
Oh yeah.
And it was like the Greeks and the Spartans, more of the Spartans, that when they were in between battles, they would actually have boxing competitions. So no takedowns, no kicking, like pure just fisticuffs. And they would do that on the beaches, for example, when they were just for entertainment and pass the time away in between battles. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And it was actually documented.
Yeah.
You know, and then that document was passed down generation after generation. So I think that's a pretty cool historical.
Hey, wouldn't you like to get a hold of that footage and see how that was?
Love to, but too bad they didn't have any cameras back then.
Yeah.
But that's did you know? So boxing has actually a bigger history, not just from when the Queensberry rules.
The mark of the Queensberry rule. The mark of the Queensberry.
That was the late 1800s, like 1894 or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah, the 1800s.
Yeah. So
we'll only fight with the mark of the Queensberry rule. Until the mark of the Queensberry. If you want to fight, we can fight the mark of the Queensberry rule.
You love doing your Tyson and using words that have an S in them.
Seriously.
All right, brother, take us out of here.
Okay. We're just gonna end this.
Let's do this.
So that was episode 24. Catch us on YouTube, Doc and the Boxer. Subscribe, likes, all that fun stuff. Tell your friends. Tell your friends that are boxing fans, though.
Yeah, guys. Okay, we out here, guys. We out here. So we got a big fight coming this weekend. So look for our podcast on Sunday, and we're gonna recap the big fight.
Nice.